Hello everyone, this is Dianis from Generation On, and today we have a really very special guest. So before we start our wonderful conversation with Abby, I just want to welcome all of you to our network, to the Generation On Club Network and also the Generation On Network. I just want to remind you that April 22nd is Earth Day, and as you know, Generation On is celebrating Earth and the environment for this month. So the environment is the theme of the month at Generation On. So today we're going to be talking about why it's important to protect the environment, how as community members we can all collaborate and protect the environment, and also we're going to share with you really fun service experiences, service project ideas in which you can all come up together and create amazing projects to protect the environment. So without further ado, I'm just going to introduce our very special guest, Abby, as he agreed with me that I can call him. So this is the agreement between the two of us. I can call him Abby and he can call me T. So Abby is an environmentalist, and also he's a very passionate young man about protecting the environment through protecting the environment from trash and plastic. So without further ado, Abby, can you share with us how old are you and where are you from?
My name is Abhishek Shastri. I'm 9 years old and I'm an environmentalist. I'm also a 5 Jars ambassador. First of all, before we start, I am dressed up as Mr. Eco. He's an environmental rap superhero. He raps about the environment. His videos are on YouTube, so go to YouTube, check out his videos, and leave a like and subscribe for more awesome videos.
Thank you, Abby. So, Abby, can you tell us more what is an environmentalist and what do you do?
An environmentalist is somebody who doesn't pollute, who doesn't waste water, like when they're brushing, and like they don't pollute in any sort of way. They try to conserve energy. They try not to pollute. So that's basically what like an environmentalist is.
Wow, and I have to say that we invited Abby today to the Generation On office, and when I offered him water on a plastic cup, I was like, no, I have my own water bottle, and he always carries his water bottle with him, so he's very committed to his cause. And also, there's something very special about your look today. You are an eco-hero. Besides being an environmentalist and an activist for the environment, I was also an eco-hero. So can you share with us what does that mean? There's a story behind it. I know there's a really very special story. So would you like to share with us?
Yeah. So it was just this one day at my school, having just like a normal day, just doing my work at school, and the teacher, he said, there's a special surprise in the GPR room. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was just going to be a normal assembly. But then when I walk into the GPR room, everything was just life-changing. It turned out that it was actually Mr. Eco. So I was just in shock. I couldn't believe he was actually here. The way he came was I made a video request for him to come to my school, and he honored it, which was amazing because a lot of kids needed to get the message. Mm-hmm. And then I listened to his assembly, and like everything made sense in a way that kids could understand it. And after the assembly, he had a ripped reusable bag. So luckily we made him another one, his like own custom bag that we made for him, and he really liked it. And I have a picture of him right here after the assembly.
Ah, very nice. Thank you for sharing it with us, Abby.
And then it was this one day at my karate dojo. We were having a superhero day, and I decided to dress up as Mr. Eco because he was solving real world problems unlike other superheroes. And he really inspired me in a way that I decided to go to classrooms in my school and teach about plastic pollution and like air pollution, which is also a really big one. And like everybody listened, which I loved because I was trying to get the message out. And I also have some pictures of plastic pollution here. So here's one picture of a beach. It looks like covered in just non-stop plastic. And on the other side, there's a picture of a whale and what they found inside the whale. That's all the plastic that it ate.
Wow.
And another picture of this poor sea turtle having plastic tangled around its nose. And this very poor baby seal entangled in plastic. This is a problem with all of us. We're having plastic in all these different places. And another picture of this bird cut open with all of this plastic that it consumed. And this place, I don't know, it looks like maybe a road. It's just literally just filled top to bottom and like side, and every corner is just covered with plastic.
Wow. So this is a very, very important issue that you are sharing with us today and like educating us about it. So I see also that you have some like demographics and statistics. Would you like to share with us?
Yeah. So if you didn't know this, I have a few facts. Number one, 90,000 plastic bottles are used every minute.
Wow.
The second one is 500 million straws used in only America in only one day. There's 8 trillion pieces of plastic floating in our oceans, and by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fishes.
Wow. So those are huge numbers, isn't that Abby?
Yes.
So what can you share with the generational network? How can we help?
The way that you could help not polluting and saving this world is by use your own reusable water bottle. Use steel straws instead of plastic straws. Don't waste energy because there's so much other stuff that you could do with the money on that instead of that electric bill. Don't waste water. So, for example, when you're wasting water, about 1.5 gallons of water are used just to flush the toilet.
Wow.
And that sounds very like scary. Could you imagine how much water you're using? And another one is take shorter showers, because the more you use the water, the more the water bill could be. And again, how much money could you? All that money on that water bill. With all that money, what could you do? And that's pretty much it. Just be aware of plastic. And also, I have something about, there's something called microbeads. Microbeads are these teeny tiny plastic particles that are made from when plastic breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. And it's also in Neutrogena face wash. It's in Colgate and Crest toothpaste. So half the time, you're probably even consuming plastic, which seems really weird, but it's actually true, which is very scary. And I also heard, I think on Facebook, my mom showed me that that somebody was using Colgate or Crest toothpaste while they're brushing, and the person went to the dentist, Next thing you know, the dentist finds something stuck in the person's tooth. The next thing you know, it's microbeads.
Wow.
And also microbeads are also designed to go down the drains. So for example, like the pictures that I showed, for that, like for example, like some of the pictures that I showed of the animals, they could have already consumed a lot of plastic microbeads. And the bottles of stuff that have microbeads in it, they make a very small amount of the stuff and they make the bottle tinier and fill it up, but then it's smaller because they want you to keep on buying and buying and buying. So the whole point behind that is consumerism. Consumerism is when you buy stuff that you don't need.
Wow, I'm like learning so much from you right now. And Abby, what would you say to young kids and youth that would like to, as you are, be active and like be part of the solution in terms of like protecting the environment? And what kind of small steps or like what words of like encouragement will you give them to get involved and actually knowing that they are the future and with their help we can protect the environment?
So ways that little kids could be a part of the solution is stop using plastic straws, because I don't know if anybody saw this video, but there was this video where there was a plastic straw up a turtle's nose and kids were trying to help it, and they used this thing, they're like pulling it out, and the turtle's nose was just really like just gushing blood out, and like when I saw that, I was like, I need to do something about this. And then another thing is you could recycle, but I don't really want to recycle because it only recycles 20% out of the 100%. So that means 80% is just going. That means 80% is just going to the landfill. And for proof that I know that stuff from like maybe 100 years ago, for example, could be still looking normal, like because they cover up all the garbage with plastic sheets so the air doesn't get in. So my mom told me that there was this one time that somebody found a 100-year-old carrot in the landfill, and it looked like it was just from a day ago. And that seems like pretty shocking, because if you throw anything like food peels, like you guys may be thinking, I think it's natural, it decomposes easily in the landfill, but that's not true. Because no air gets into the thing, because they cover it up with plastic sheets so no air comes in. And that leads to a big thing which never decomposes, and it should decompose because the air and other stuff break it down.
I think Abby's message is very beautiful, and it is that any young person and kid can actually contribute to protect the environment in very small ways, from using less plastic, for example, straws, also decrease your shower time at home. Also, you can turn off appliances. Also, one item that I learned also through your mom is also to use reusable bags. When you're at home, you can bring a shopping bag with you instead of getting a plastic one. That is a huge help to the environment. Also, for Earth Day, April 22nd is coming up. Look for projects in your community that you can plant a tree. Also helps with the air and the oxygen in the atmosphere. So there are different ways that, although they're small, we can all contribute to protect the environment. We have with us our amazing project manager, Club Manager Roella, and she's check in with us if we have any questions from you. Awesome. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna share additional resources. They're gonna be, you can find it on the comment section of the Facebook Live. And that is, if you want more information about Earth Day and how to organize project around Earth Day, April 22nd, you can visit earthday.org, and we will be sharing the link on the comment section. Also, there's a really good test that you can take on how to reduce your ecologic footprint, and in that test, it tells you based on your lifestyle how much energy you're consuming and how this is affecting the environment. And it's a good way of becoming aware of how we can make a small step a big one to protect the planet. Also, there are different resources at the United States Environmental Protection Community Service Project Agency. There's like a really good amount of resources and project ideas for taking a step forward to protect the environment. And last but not least, we have our own Generation On the environment fact sheet, in which you can learn about different issues surrounding environmental protection. And also you can visit Learning to Give, which provides classroom lessons with a component of a service project component to your classroom lessons. It's been really beautiful to have you here in our office. I think we have learned a lot, and I really hope you really liked it. Again, Earth Day is April 22nd, and we will be celebrating the environment through the whole month of April here at Generation On. Thank you.
Can we have our own Mr. Eco show his outfit?
Yeah.
So, to me, the shirt, the main part, I love it. The shorts, the shoes, the socks, like a mix match, and the cape is also a very big one. Yeah, that's pretty much the costume. And I also got these Tom shoes. So you could go to toms.com, buy a pair of shoes for you, but also a pair goes to the needy, so they at least have a pair of free shoes. So that means if I got a pair of shoes, somebody else got a pair of shoes.
Any last messages? Any last message for our audience?
Don't pollute, because it's the number one thing that I'm always on top of, because soon us kids are gonna be grown up, and the adults right now have to pick up a piece of trash, because the more pollution there is on this earth, the more our air when us children grow up.
Thank you so much, everyone. Leave your comments in the comment section, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Bye. Thank you, Mr. Eco.